The Neon Racers. Not my favorite Transcontinental Race of Champions series for the primary reason that Mattel did not complete the line. Carlo Veloso, Jeff Gorvette, and Francesco Bernoulli were not released, and they definitely should have been. So, let's get into today's suggestion video. Thank you, NASCAR Reviews, for the suggestion. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the review. Now, for those of you who made birthday requests, I'd really appreciate it if you check the description below and look for your birthday requests. I have the whole list of all the birthday requests I have, and clarify it with me, please. So just send me a message somehow telling me that it's correct. And if the birthday request for you is incorrect or it's not there, then please also message me telling me how to correct it or telling me your birthday request. Thank you guys for that, and if I don't get a message from you, I will assume that it is all correct. So now let's get into a review here of the Neon Racers. They debuted in 2014, kind of towards the end of the summer, around August, and it was basically the first major Transcontinental Race of Champions series. Now, back then it wasn't called that, but the re-release of these this year, or the past year, exclusive to Kmart, were titled under the Transcontinental Race of Champions series. The first technical Race of Champions series was the Ice Racers, then Carbon, Carnival, and they incorporated the Silver Racers in as well. Now, the first ever series of racers that were different than their original versions was the Toys R Us exclusive releases that had metallic racers. So they released McQueen, Jeff, Nigel, Miguel, Francesco, and Raoul, which never made it to the States. Now, I don't feel that Mattel was obligated to complete that set because they never really said it was a race or anything. They're just releasing metallic cars. And now for this, they definitely were obligated to finish the series. And we're missing 3 main racers, which is extremely disappointing to me. I have no idea why that happened, but thankfully Mattel completed the Ice Racers, almost completed the Silver Racers, and hopefully will complete the Carnival and Carbon. So let's start with McQueen. Now, this is not the World Grand Prix version of McQueen. As you can see, there are no World Grand Prix decals on him, but instead radiator spring decals. And this version right here, without neon, would be called the Team Radiator Springs Lightning McQueen. Now, the only other, I guess you could say, regular version of this McQueen here we have is the Target exclusive metallic one shown here. So as you can see, we got Radiator Springs decals on the spoiler, and instead of being sponsored by random piston cup sponsors, he actually is sponsored now by some of the businesses in Radiator Springs. Sarge's, Dynaco, Flows, Cozy Cone right there, but he is still sponsored by Rusty's, Dynaco, and the Piston Cup itself. So I just wanted to point that out quickly to you. He is the only racer in the Neon line that does not have World Grand Prix or all-in-all decos besides Frosty, which is disappointing and should not be like that in my opinion, because like I said, they're racing in the Neon Cup now, not the World Grand Prix. So I actually really do like this McQueen here. I don't really care for how the 95 is outlined in kind of like a green. Not a big fan of that, but otherwise I think the colors look very nice together. I like his rims there. I also really like how they outlined the Hudson Hornet Piston Cup logo along with the nice blue lightning bolts there. I think that's a very nice addition to him. So he'd probably be one of my favorites of the Neon line here because he actually makes sense. All the other ones, like I said, have those World Grand Prix decals on them that doesn't really make it accurate to the Neon race. So let me show you with Nigel here, who actually probably would be my favorite just because I love the British racing green color on him. It looks very, very nice. But as you can see on the side here, he's number 9, and you got the World Grand Prix emblem right there, the British flag behind the 9, all in all, World Grand Prix. He also has the World Grand Prix logo on the spoiler, and the same decos on the back here, which is exactly the same as his normal release, which it's just neonified, if that makes sense to you guys. Otherwise, the decals are exactly the same. Now, I think all the green outlining on him looks amazing, especially with these kind of hook stripes here, I guess you could call them. I think those look really nice. I also like how the British flag right in the middle of his hood is outlined. Looks very nice in my opinion. The only complaint I'd have about him is those red rims. Now, I know this is a neon race, but I just don't really feel like those red rims look too good on him. Maybe like a lime green rim or something like that. I don't really know. I'd have to kind of test it out a little bit. Now let's move on to Miguel Camino. He's got a nice little gold finish to him, similar to the Toys R Us exclusive metallic version of Miguel here. Now I actually really kind of like this Miguel here because he has the corrected black spoiler. If you guys didn't know, Miguel does not have a black spoiler in the movie, or a red spoiler in the movie. He has a black spoiler, so Mattel had a big mess up with that, and they never corrected it. The only release they have it black is this neon release here. So that's what I really like about them. Of course, you do have the World Grand Prix logos on there, a blue outline number 5 right there, along with some All-Nel and WGP logos. Same on the back here as well. We got the Spanish flag over here on the right. So same decals on the original as well. So now let's move on to Raoul, who's also a rather nice one. They actually did change the expression on this one from the regular version of Raoul here. As you can see, he's got a nice kind of metallic finish, similar to the Toys R Us exclusive one I have right here. Very, very nice. I like his rims. All of his colors kind of match, in my opinion. Very, very nice. It's also kind of metallic on the back here, but the rest of him, the red and the white is not different. It's not metallicized or anything, just the blue. So that's basically all for Raoul here. I am happy that they changed the expression, kind of a nice show of detail. And it's kind of odd, but Mattel tends to change the expression on Raoul quite a bit. Now here we have Lewis Hamilton, and when I did my video of the variations of Lewis Hamilton, you guys pointed out to me that I actually have an Air neon version here. It's missing the left headlight, and I completely had no idea about that. So thank you guys for letting me know. I have yet to be able to pick up an extra or a correct version, unfortunately, but it's no big rush because it's not a rare car at all. Actually, I really kind of like this one as well. He's got a nice metallic black finish. The yellow stripes are neonified, I guess you could say. Not a huge fan of these red rims, but they look alright. On the back here, we have the same decals, those World Grand Prix logos, along with the half British and half Grenada flag right there. Another nice one, but I was so surprised I had an Air, honestly. I had no idea about that. And if you don't really look at it, it kind of just looks normal. Now this may be actually my all-time favorite neon racer just because of how different it looks from the original. Here we have the original Shu Todoroki, and it's now white and now to like a gunmetal silver gray. Looks pretty awesome in my opinion. Now he was only available in the 4-pack in the United States. The single version of him never actually made it to the United States, unfortunately. Similar to the case with Ice Racer Francesco and Carbon Racer Rip so far. Hopefully Carbon Rip makes it to the US, but I'm kind of doubting that right now. I really do like the little red dragon flames on him here. It looks very nice. And you know, this is probably my favorite. I just really like the color on him and how different he looks from the normal version. No decals on the back here. That's basically all, and I think the red rims on him look phenomenal. Those definitely look good with him. And now we have here Max Schnell, and this is probably my least favorite, although I do like the purple metallic color on him. It just doesn't look that good in my opinion. Here we have the original version, and if you look at them kind of from a distance, they don't really look that much different. But if you do look at him up close, you can see that the leathering there is outlined with some neon. Of course, he does have that metallic finish now, and the stripes are a little bit more brighter and kind of, I guess you could say, neonified. I keep saying that word, and I don't know if it makes sense or not. He does have those red rims there, and on the back, World Grand Prix decos. And now, last but not least, we have Frosty, which was exclusive to Australian targets. So if you don't live in Australia, you'd have to buy this one offline. Now, I bought this one from China, and it came with these horrible, horrible rims. All the red wore off. It's supposed to look like this, like Raoul and all the other ones, but unfortunately it wore off or something happened. I have no idea what, but I did buy a replacement a few months ago, so I will be doing a review of that alone in the next few months. I don't know, whenever I really have a chance for it. Now, this is another one of the racers that got a different expression, which is pretty nice. He's got a little bit more determined look on his face now, in my opinion. And he's got kind of like a gold finish, just like Miguel Camino. Pull him up real quick. They have very, very similar colors, because that's, you know, what yellow would look like when it has a metallic finish. And now again, these don't really look too different. Unfortunately, Frosty doesn't have any numbers on him and doesn't get any numbers or decals until his Ice Racer release in late 2015. But other than that, he does look kind of nice. All of his stars are neonified, and the Australian kind of map on there is also neonified. So that is basically all for all the neon racers here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you NASCAR Reviews for the suggestion. I hope the video lived up to what you'd hoped it would be, and I'd just like to thank you guys for all the support you gave me on my Q&A that I released yesterday. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday for a review of Brian Fee Clamp and Artie. See you guys then. Bye now.